Hello, hello, beautiful people. How are you doing? Please say hi in the comment section and let me know where you are joining me from. Hi, everyone. My name is Flora Basie. I am a digital accessibility expert and founder at Lenoratech, which is an incredible company that helps leaders and professionals create easily digital products that are inclusive and accessible to everyone, including people with and without disabilities. Again, if you're joining me live or if you're watching the replay, please don't feel shy. This is a safe place. Say hi in the comment. If you have any thought you want to share with the team, with the community, feel free to do that. And at any point in time, if you have any question, again, put it in a comment. I promise you, I can see everything live. Don't be shy. I see a few comments. Let me check that. I see. Okay, Inyas said, nice. Hi, Inyas. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. So I think we are set to go live. So I love to describe myself in the episode I am broadcasting just because in my audience sometimes we have people with low vision, people who are blind, and people with visual impairment. And again, this is just a preference. Some people like to do it, some people don't. That's totally fine. I am a black woman. I am always smiling. I am currently rocking some brownish long braids that are very curl. Love it. And I'm wearing a red suit and a black and white blouse. And that's pretty much it. I see a few more comments. Let me just read those. I see Inyas responded. He said, I am fine. Long time. Yes, I know, right? And I see also Ayana. Ayana said, hello from Michigan, USA, listening in as I am driving. Oh my goodness, listen, but be careful, Ayana. Don't want anything to happen there, but I'm super, super excited that you're here. Again, as you can see, the comments are popping, so don't feel shy. Say hi, and if you have any question after the show, you can still you can message me directly, or you can still leave those comments in the event. I'm always going back to just check a few things, so feel free to use whatever platforms or means will work for you. All right, so today I want to talk to you about why your accessibility training isn't sticking and how to fix it. As you all know, there is a lot of talk around inclusive and accessible experiences, especially when it comes to digital products such as websites, applications, or even digital document, you know. And the reason why these topics are trending right now is because of one, you probably heard about a lot of lawsuits, right? Some companies are undergoing lawsuit because they're limiting or excluding users who have a disability, visible or invisible. One other reason why the topic is so trendy is also because some businesses are trying to expand and attract more clients. So there are more than 1.3 billion people with a disability in the world, and they have a buying power of more than $13 trillion with friends and family. Usually, when I talk to organizations and businesses, they think that, well, if we have to make things accessible, we only have to make it accessible for one person with a disability. But the truth is that you are not making it accessible for just one person. You are making it accessible for a group, a network, a village, a state. Let me explain. One person with a disability usually have families and friends, and sometimes when they want to book something online, they want to be independent, they want to be able to do it, and they will probably buy stuff for more than themselves. They, like, if we're talking about, booking an experience at a hotel, right? This individual who can be a father, a mother, or maybe a leader wants to book an experience, if they are limited in the digital space, like on a website, they would just drop your website and go find another website which is more inclusive. So again, the second reason why we're talking a lot about accessibility is because it is really valuable to attract more clients, not just the people with disabilities, but even their network, their friends, their family. There's so much more. Gosh, I get excited whenever I talk about accessibility. I mean, there are many more reasons, but let me not go too deep in that area because today is all about training. Now, if you are a professional, if you are a leader, if you are a C executive, you know, change maker in your organization, or if you're a person with a disability, you probably have noticed something. There are many websites out there that are not inclusive and accessible. I mean, according to WebAIM, 96.3% of website homepage currently are not accessible. So they are actually rejecting a lot of clients, which can lead to a lawsuit or which can lead to low attraction in terms of clientele. But here is the kicker. Some organizations are investing in training, but it's not sticking. Why is it not sticking? I mean, I've seen organization, I'm not gonna name them, but I've seen organization who invested in incredible training that are available out there, but it looks like it's not making a dent, or if it does make a dent, it's just a small dent. But what do you guys think about training? Can you just share your thought in the comment? I see more comments here. Let me see. Was that? Hi, Gregory. Hello from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Hi, Gregory. I'm so glad that you're here. Again, if you have any question, any thought, or if you are liking what you are hearing, please give me a heart, a reaction, a thumbs up. I will take anything. And if you see that this episode resonates so well with you and you feel like someone needs to hear it in your network, again, feel free to repost the event in your network. And I will tell LinkedIn that maybe this episode was valuable for more people. All right. So I am counting on you only if you feel like there were value in this episode today. All right. So again, what is the importance of having a training? Let me know in the comment. Don't feel shy. I'm not here to judge and nobody's here to judge. I think that training is really important in a way that it gives a skill to many people to be more productive and to create a solution that will speak to the brand, to the company, and that would speak to the customers. There are 5 reasons. I mean, there are more than 5 reasons, but today I'm just going to explore 5 reasons because we don't have too much time. And I want to make sure that I am giving you those 5 reasons. 5 reasons why accessibility training might not be sticking. Reason number one, probably you already know that reason. The training is too generic. I've heard so many people say that the training is too generic. It's like, gosh, too theoretical. Like it's talking about accessibility, the principles, why accessibility is important, which is good, but it's not helping your designers, your developers, your content creators create more inclusive solutions. You know, providing generic, you know information is good, but it's not sticking. Now, a solution for this specific problem could be to tailor, the training by maybe studying maybe a case study with one issue that is happening within your company. Maybe your company is creating website with images that are missing alternative text. People who are using a screen reader, like people who are blind or people with low vision or people sometimes even with dyslexia, When the focus of the screen reader goes on the image, it might just say image or just give the file number instead of conveying actually the meaning of that image. And if the image is a deal, I mean, I love deals. I'm not going to lie to you. Whenever I'm shopping, I'm like, where is the best deal? So if you're providing a deal or a phone number or something, a call to action within an image, and that information is not conveyed to a person using a screen reader, gosh, you just excluded someone from this experience. So it's really important to make sure that your training is tailored to the type of issues that you have within your organization. Some organizations are doing a fantastic job when it comes to image and alternative text. So again, if you're coming and you're talking about images and alternative text for this specific company, they might feel like, it's not helping. It's not helping. But if you tailor, just try to assess what kind of issue do we have in this company. Okay, let's talk about training that can stick and resolve that problem. Then you will have a winner. Your developers, your designers, your QA, your content creators will pay attention because that kind of training will probably speak to them. I hope that makes sense. I see someone else say something in the comment. Again, don't feel shy. Let me know your thought. I see Anne Marie say hello from Brazelton, GA. Hi, Anne Marie. I'm so happy you're here. Oh my goodness. So, really, number one is just make sure that the training is not too generic. The second reason, and I think that one is probably the biggest reason why accessibility training doesn't stick, is leadership buy in. I know many of you will probably agree to that, because if a leader is not buying you know, in this initiative toward training, toward inclusive experience, toward disability, toward accessibility, I mean, it doesn't matter how much training you like dropping on your team labs, dropping on the developers, dropping on, like, it doesn't matter. They will feel like this is a chore. This is just, uh, they don't want to deal with that. But yeah, it's provided by the company, it's optional. Let's just opt out. But if leaders are buying into the understanding, the belief that inclusive experiences is good for everyone, including the business, then you have a winning training because they themselves will showcase that this is needed and here's the reason why. That conversation will open up better understanding for the organization and for also the team and for the people that are working toward more inclusive solution and experiences for all you know but if you have a leadership and they don't believe much about inclusion, accessibility, disability, and even training, I mean, the investment is there, but it's not going to yield much. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I hope I'm making sense. I've seen incredible leaders in some organization advocating for accessibility so much so that you see it in their behavior. When they talk, when they share, you can tell that this person is all about a more inclusive experience for not only the customers but also for the employees within the organization. They are here to solve problems. They are here to ensure that people are not left behind. But when you work with leaders who have no buy in, oh my goodness, I've seen that as well. It's a big challenge. And that's why sometimes you see inclusion and accessibility initiative get cut or pushed back, or people are just fighting, you know, too much fight. But when leaders are showcasing that they are on board, it doesn't matter who else is following the leaders, they have to jump in that wagon as well. They have to reiterate to employees and everyone else that this is what we stand for. We are willing to support our team with the tools, with the training, with the skill, with the value necessary to move and create inclusive experiences. But when you have a leader who doesn't buy in, gosh, gosh, the fight is real. And you can feel it in some organization when you go on their website. You can tell there's so much exclusion on this website. You just feel like, let me just find another website. This is not even worth my time. I see someone just posted something. I'm going to try to track you down on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can have you here. Sometimes StreamYard does not show everything. Oh, I see. Marcia. Marcia said it's important that the accessibility training be made mandatory. Woo! Yes, for employees and made part of their education plan for OKRs. I love it, and that is so true, Marcia. And I think that employees need to know why this is important. I have a small video I want to share with you guys, and I hope you don't mind. I'm a giver. I'm a giver. So I saw this short video and I was like, wait a minute, I need to show this video with with people. It's such an incredible video. I was like, no, I need to share that. So let me see if I can find where is the video. This one.
Make sure you've given them every tool they possibly can to do their role effectively. I think the key thing with training is that people don't put enough emphasis on that. They sort of kind of hire people and go, oh God, someone's filled the role, let's move on, right? I think you've got to make sure that you have a structure of training. Like if you've got someone onboarding or bringing someone into your business, make sure you've got a system that is really effective to make sure that you've given them every tool they possibly can to do their role effectively. And quite often, before you actually complain about their performance, stop and actually look at yourself first, right? Before you actually look at them. Have you given them the right tools? Have you enabled them to have enough hours to do it? Have you given them the right knowledge to be able to do their role? So always think of yourself and how can I train them more effectively? Because to be honest, if you've got someone really well trained, they're going to be highly productive.
Love it. What do you think about this short video? I mean, she said it all. She said it all. And I think that aligned also with Marsha's comment where she said if you make it mandatory, if you provide the right tools, the right skill, the right value to the team, they're going to be highly productive. They're going to create more inclusive experiences. But above all, you need to tell them why this is important. And that leads me to point number 3. Always get feedback from people with disabilities. You need to invite people with disabilities to be part of the training, the testing, the ideation. I mean, the word nothing for us without us makes so much sense. How can you be creating something and you don't even involve the people you want to be impacted, the people you want to attract within that ideation process, within that training process, within like there's so much. It's crazy. I remember one of my coach told me one time, Flora, it doesn't matter what I'm trying to do. I know there will be failures on the way. And I was like, what is she talking about? And she said, Flora, everything I am doing is from my own perspectives, from the biases I have, from the skills I have, from the exposure I have. I don't have someone else's perspectives if they are different than me. And I was like, whoa, that is so true. I mean, If you are a person who is sighted, how can you really understand how a person who's blind is navigating the web? You know, so really inviting more people with disabilities in your training, even as a speech engagement, even as just sharing the experience navigating your website, might be extremely valuable. And this will tell the team, wow, here is one person who has limitations, and it will also expose them to that person reality, to that person, to the tools that this person is using to navigate the web. From that angle, from that point, from that exposure, I mean, I've seen developers changing quickly the way they are approaching and creating inclusive and accessible solution, digital product. I've seen designer thinking, wait a minute, if we're making this element too complex, I remember this person we saw with a disability who was explaining her ways of navigating, her ways of clicking on a button. But if we make this button so complex, I think we're gonna lose this person or any person similar with that disability type. So it's really important to, again, number three, invite people with disabilities to provide you with a feedback. One thing I always try to make sure that people remember is put a budget. Put a budget when you're inviting people. And if you don't have much budget, it's okay to start somewhere by inviting people and say, hey, by the way, we're trying to create something. We'd love to have your feedback. We don't have much budget right now, but eventually we are hoping to create that kind of budget just to see if this is impactful for your organization. And if you do see value, please, please, please start prov- creating a budget around this kind of initiative, because trust me, learning from just theory, generic, or even the best training ever does not compete with having someone really navigating and telling you exactly what is happening, or you hearing that person actually facing barriers. It's totally different. And it's going to wake up so many mindset with old beliefs and changing the culture for a more inclusive culture. I see a new comment. I see Gregory said something. Let me see what Gregory said. But there is some fake leaders in this world that they talk about accessibility but don't walk it. Oh gosh, Gregory, I know the pain. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. Yes, and that's the same thing with organization where they just wanna check the box. They wanna say, you know, sometimes you work with providers, and those providers usually are quick to say that yes, we do provide solutions that are accessible and inclusive to all, but they just want to check the box to say yes. You gotta be very, very careful in that area and have the best question you can have to make sure that you can see through this kind of behavior. In terms of the leadership, it's unfortunate that some leaders just want to talk but not walk. But I hope that session like that will open up some people's mind and see that, hey, there is a need for alignment. And actually, this was just number three. So again, it's really, really important to make sure that, you know, first you have very good tailored, you know, training. Second, you want to make sure that the leaders are buying in. And if they are not at this point in time, they probably need a training. An easy training will allow them to see the value around inclusion and accessibility. To be honest, some leaders feel like they are spending more and it's a waste of time or it's a waste of investment. But again, these five keys or areas that I'm showing or I am asking you to pay attention to will really elevate your training and elevate your impact when it comes to inclusion and accessibility in the digital world. Although those principles can also apply elsewhere, like in the environmental world or space, or even in the social space. Again, it's all about Are leaders buying in? Are the training speaking to the right people? Are we having people with disabilities coming and sharing with us? The fourth point, and I know I'm running out of time. Oh my goodness, I don't even know why those sessions are so short from time to time, but that's okay. So the fourth point that I really want to pay attention to is also the integration of the accessibility in the workflow, like for example for the developer, for the designers, for the QA, whenever they are creating, for example the developers, if they're creating content, is the accessibility, do we have statement of accessibility in, for example, integrated in the design flow, in the workflow, in Jira ticket, in places where it's easy for the developer to check the list as well. Let's say you are asking, maybe the designers are creating a nice design, right, where they're using in some places real text, and when they're designing and using images, I'm taking images as an example because it's quite easy to understand by everyone, but there are different other things. It's not always images. So let's just say that, hey, there you go, you have a button. That button is really fancy, nice. Actually, it's an image button, or it's a button image. Here is the kicker. The developer will see that image button and say, great, we got it. We can create that. As long as we have the image, we can implement that and move forward. They will implement the button as an image, but they're forgetting that they have to add a label, a text behind the code, so that when a screen reader again is navigating and accessing that element, it will tell them what is the purpose of that element. Can you imagine that you want people to purchase an item, and you have a little card, and and then you have the word that says purchase, but the whole thing is an image, and a screen reader user is navigating to the button and it says just button. They're not even aware that this is where they have to buy or purchase. They're not aware of that. So again, make sure that as you are providing the training, you are also adding content around accessibility in the workflow. That will help training stick, because if someone feel confused, guess what, they can go back to the training and learn about how to implement that thing properly. I hope that makes sense. Again, if you have any question, if you want to share your thought, feel free to do that in the comment section during this live show or after the live show. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up or a heart or anything. All right, so let's talk about the last one, which is also a very, very good point. I think that sometimes people are forgetting that accessibility is an ongoing journey. It's like, the more you eat, the more you brush your teeth. And even if you don't eat, you still gotta brush your teeth. That's the easiest way to explain the importance of going through the journey with accessibility, ongoing support, ongoing training, ongoing accountability is important. Do not let that fade away. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, I don't know how many of you drive, but let's say you all drive. Can you imagine that the first time you were ready to learn about driving, someone just hand you a book, show you only one time how to maneuver the different things in the car, and say, that's it, you are good to go. Ciao, ciao. I don't know, but this is not gonna stick for a long time. It's even maybe not gonna stick at all. You need practice, you need experience, you need ongoing support, you need accountability. Accessibility is not a one off. It's not just, I mean, I've seen organizations saying, hey, by the way, we have a training. It's going to be 2 hours, it's going to be 3 hours, and then poof, that's it. They feel like the team is well equipped for years to come. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Brushing teeth is ongoing. So make sure that your training is always visible for people to remain highly productive, for people, for your team, for your leaders to remain really great advocate, great creators for inclusive and accessible experiences. I see a few comments here. Let me see that. I saw a few comments. Oh, I see Dr. Idris said, as neurodiverse, this really resonate. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Idris. I love it. I see also Inya said, yes, great topic. I see Dr. Idris said, it oh wait a minute, what am I doing? So yes, I see so this is what happened when you navigate with too many stuff. Inya said yes, great topics. And I see Dr. Idris say it is an ongoing journey, for sure, for sure. Inya said it is close to what I teach my student also in design as part of human computer interaction, removing barriers. So, so true. I see Inya said you may need to look into a PACT framework for more detail also. That's true. Sometimes framework templates can help also resolve the issue of creating, you know, exclusive limiting experiences. But again, it all boils down to having a better understanding, elevating the mindset of your team, the skill set of your team, and just having a normal conversation. What is inclusion? I would love to hear your thought. But for now, I'm going to say bye bye and I will see you next Friday. Bye, everyone.